Hi YouTubers, it's me Leslie, and sorry it's been forever. This is basically going to be, let me get to it first. Well, as of today is July 11th, and this is actually my due date for giving birth. First of all, let me reveal her name. Her name is going to be Shaeyla Michelle, and I'm not going to tell you the last name. I actually already had her. I already gave birth to her. As you can see, like I have no baby in my tummy no more. See? No baby. I actually had her on July 3rd at 8:26 p.m. on Friday. On Saturday, I would have been 39 weeks pregnant. So, this is going to be about the labor and the delivery. So, let me see. So, one of these days you guys will be able to see her, but not right now. She's sound asleep right now. She's a week and a day old. So, basically, on Tuesday, June 30th, I had a doctor's appointment, and I was basically 2 weeks before that, I was dilated to about 1/2 centimeter. So then when I went into the doctor's, I was about a 1 centimeter. So she decided to scrape my membranes, which it kind of felt kind of weird, but she scraped it, and then afterwards I noticed I had I had a contraction when she was doing it, and then I had another contraction while driving, and I had a couple more, and then they stopped. And TMI, from her scraping it, there was like brownish blood coming out, kind of like old blood that was coming out with a little bit of like mucusy stuff, but it wasn't my mucus plug yet. It wasn't my mucus plug. So, I had to jot down notes because I would have forgot. So, as you guys can see, my hair is braided. I actually got that done right after my appointment. So, right after I had my appointment, I went to my friend's house, sat down with her, and it took about 7.5, 8 hours. So, I sat there about that time. And I did pretty good. And I got home. I had a few more contractions. They weren't close together. They were just kind of back to back. So on Wednesday, July 1st, be quiet, Buster. Stop. Sorry, the dog is tripping out. So on Wednesday, I'm going to do July 1st and July 2nd. So I walked the mall some to kind of get it started. And as you guys can see, we had to take my ring back to get it sized. So I'll get it back in about 2 to 3 weeks, which is really, really good. Also, let's see. On July 2nd, we had a hospital tour at 4. And I was very excited because that's where I was going to deliver at. It's called Banner Desert. And that was from about 4 to 5. And I started having contractions while I was walking. We were doing a tour. A couple of them. And we came back. And later on that night, I started having too many contractions back to back. So he took me to the hospital. My husband took me to the hospital, and I was only dilated, I think maybe like a 2, but they did not admit me in, so they sent me back home. So I was only in there maybe about 45 minutes, maybe the most. And then on July 3rd, I woke up feeling good, and you know, the weather outside It's very hot right now. It was like 84 degrees outside, so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to take Buster out. You guys already met Buster, but I decided to want to take him out because he hadn't really, had a walk, a real walk. So, Buster, go over there. So, took him out about 9 a.m. and took him out about 9 a.m. Got back home about 9. It was probably a little after that. It was almost 10 o'clock, and got back home, and I had moved baby girl's car seat to the back of the passenger seat, and then I put that little card that says baby on board right in the back corner of the window, just to have that all ready. And then I came in the house, and I sat on the bed, laid down, and all of a sudden I had this horrible, horrible contraction. And it lasted about a minute. And all of a sudden, I had a weird look on my face, and I realized my panties were wet. So, I took them off. I was like, I'm just going to take them off, Maybe it was because I was walking the dog. And then all of a sudden I laid down, and this warm water just kept coming out. So at 10 a.m. my water broke. We got to the hospital about 10:45. I took a shower before we went. We got everything ready. Had her diaper bag, my bag, everything ready to go. And went to the hospital. I had put other chonies on them. By the time I got to the hospital, those were soaking wet. So we're trying to see, okay, what's going to happen? So we went from the triage, where they decide if they're going to keep you there or not. We went from triage to labor and delivery. And I was in there for a while, not too long, which was actually surprising. I actually had to take penicillin for the group B strep that pregnancy people, it's very common, people get it. So I had to take that every 4 hours, antibiotic. Let me tell you about this antibiotic. It sucked. Like, big time. It sucked. They stuck me in this hand. You can't really see it, but they stuck me here first, and they popped the blood vessel, and as of right now, it's been over a week, and it still hurts. It's still a little pain. So they had to re-stick me here, and as you can see, it's like scabbed over. And that IV, I never had an IV before, and that really, really sucked. So they put that in there, and that penicillin, oh my gosh, started burning, and my arm started like swelling up like big time. And I started crying because I was like, oh my God, this is like, it felt like it was on fire. Like literally on fire. So they had to kind of dilute it some to kind of calm it down. And I think I took maybe about 3 doses, almost 3 doses before I had her. So let's see. I actually had 2 epidurals. The first one they gave me, I had it, but it kind of seemed like it kind of wore off. I was like 4.5 centimeters when I got the first one, and I was trying to wait, and the contractions were just getting more intense and more pain, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So they gave me an epidural. I sat pretty still, but what happened was I barfed right before I got the epidural, and they had me on a liquid diet, so which was good. So then I got the epidural. It really didn't hurt. It just felt like someone with like really sharp nails was pinching me in my back. And once they put that in, like, you just feel this really, really cold sensation at the bottom of it, and I did not like that at all. I was like, oh my gosh, this feels weird. So then got that. That was the first one. And then that one kind of wore off, so then I got a next one, and then my contractions were I started feeling my contractions again really fast. And I was feeling them more in like my hips and my lower back because I had a car accident last year, so I knew those were going to be the hardest areas for me to deal with the pain. And that happened, and after that, they gave me another dose of epidural, which, that stuff numbs you really, really good. My left side, my left foot, stayed really, really numb. Like, that took forever to wear off. My right side wore off quicker. So, all of a sudden, I'm at about 9.5 centimeters, and the lady's like, "Are you ready to push?" I looked at her, and I'm like, okay. So I did 2 practice pushes. She could see the baby's head. And then I did 4 real pushes, and she was out. So baby girl came out, and they put her on me. You know, it was the most amazing feeling, blessing, and made me cry because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm finally a mom. And it's something I've always wanted to do because of my history. And I held her close, and she was 7 pounds, 6 ounces, 20 inches long. I had her at 8:26 p.m. on July 3rd. So she almost made it to 4th of July, but she was born before. So I was basically in labor about 10, if I count it from the 3rd, about 10.5 hours because I was in the hospital. I didn't get out the hospital until July 5th at 8:30 p.m. because I had to stay in there for 48 hours because of the Group B. I think, let's see. I just want to make sure I let you guys know everything. They let me stay in the labor and the delivery for 2 hours, and then they transferred me to the recovery room that I stayed in. That recovery room was really, really good, and they have me on, right now, I had those little diaper thingies, and then those net panties, and I'm on those witch hazel pads for healing. I had an episiotomy. I think it was because they were afraid I was going to tear, so they cut me. I didn't feel it at all. I didn't feel her coming out either because of the epidural. Let's see. Just making sure I told you guys everything. I'm actually breastfeeding her. I start breastfeeding her right after she came out the womb. It was a little hard at first, and it felt kind of weird. It was a little pain, not painful, just a little weird. And it took a lot of tries for me to get the hang of it. And, you know, I think like the second day I had the hang of it, of the breastfeeding. And then I'm still breastfeeding still. And we're also bottle feeding her also because in the hospital we found out she had jaundice. And so we were doing breastfeeding and formula, and we're still doing that right now. She's much better. But I just want to give her as much breast milk as I can because, the breast milk, because of all the antibodies that I have to help her. But she's also having a formula, so my husband and my stepdaughter can help, like if I'm asleep or something, and they can do that for me. I was on some pain pills, which really helped. The only thing that really hurt, that was really hurting, was the stitches, is the healing process. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. It was an amazing experience. I will do it one more time, and that's it. It's excellent being a mom. I will enclose some pictures in this video so you guys can see what she looks like, because right now she's, like I said, she's sleeping. So I will show her another time. But you guys comment, subscribe. I'm Leslie, and welcome to all my brand new subscribers and my existing subscribers. Thank you guys for all being patient with me, and I hope you guys continue to watch my videos. And I will talk to you guys later. God bless. Have an amazing day and night. Bye, you guys.